Big V Show rolls on live at the Rock 100 Studios.
Who's that?
In sunny Southern California. That is video of our good friend Kaleo Wassman.
He's right there.
With Pepper.
Wow.
Where's that?
That's 2009 Warped Tour. I'm going to say it.
That's a lot of
sorry, I'm sorry. That's 07 Warped Tour.
2007.
Yep, I can tell by that Puma hat.
So I played in front of a few people, but not that many. What is it like out there? Is it do you miss the days of playing in bars and 30 people, or is that just as much fun?
It's funny that you brought that up because so recently now the other kids in the band are having kids.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm able to take a show to a different area. Do you guys remember the 90s, the MTV Unplugged?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. You
Yep.
remember like Alice in Chains and Nirvana and stuff
Totally.
like this.
Yeah.
For you guys, you're gonna have to look this up, but it's gonna be so beautiful because what it was I listened to these bands like Stone Temple Pilots from San Diego.
Oh, I remember that one.
And yeah, and oh my gosh, they would just get on and they would rock with their whole grunge scene, and then they would strip all the way down to acoustic instruments, and that blew me away. And so now I'm able to set up a show like this with my other friends that also are like wanting to do acoustic experiences.
We're going to do that right here.
Well, sure.
Yes,
in Love
yeah,
100
exactly.
Studios.
And I think we brought Vaughn Aaliyah.
Yeah, we did.
Who is on? Yep, yeah, was on Long
For our
Records.
audience that may not know, we have Kaleo Wassman in studio, the lead singer, of course, and guitarist of Pepper. And now you've got not only that, now you're a record label owner, and you are doing your own thing, as you said, in smaller clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to know, in creating your own record label, how do you make that hop from going, because you've been in this business for a while,
Yeah, very long time.
and you know the broken side of it and the potential good side of it,
Yep.
because the way we consume music. What was that? What was that like making that decision?
Well, so when we first moved over here, May 12th, 1999, from Kona, we're just 3 guys, and we moved over, did our dues, signed a record label. And now this is back in the day when like major labels were buying the littler labels. So you had MCA buying Volcom Entertainment. We were already signed to Volcom Entertainment. And then they came in with these ridiculous contracts. They were really, it's a horrible time in music for any artist.
No, is that because the way the deals were structured? In other words, they were basically a
absolutely.
finance company?
It was never, ever in the interest of artists. It was always for money. It's always for the business. It's always for the executives, right? But you kind of have to do the song and dance in order to take the next steps,
To get
in
in
order
there.
to get to where you want to go.
Right.
So when we actually got out of our Atlantic deal, we actually had the capital to start our own record label, which is what we did. And now with our record label, we're able to curate bands, allow them to come in and get to know what this is like, and then they actually have the opportunity to get their masters back, which was which is really a huge thing that we learned. We're still trying to get our masters back from back in
This is the topic that Taylor Swift brought to the table, right? Because she got her. I mean, that's how I think the masses have heard of that phrase, because she did.
I think what makes it interesting here, I know Kaleo, I know his heart, and I know where your priorities lie, and it's just, you guys weren't treated very well. I mean, labels were not treating people very well back in the day because, to your point, it was about the money, but it was a finance company. Basically, you signed a deal. We're going to do our best to have you break a song, make you famous, give you all your dreams come true. You're going to pay for the recording. You're going to pay for the snacks in the bar. You're going to pay for everything, including toilet paper on the tour bus, back from your first revenue.
Absolutely.
And you're going to keep 8% of 8%.
Yeah, and don't forget about this. Oh, here's your advance too. Also, that's 100% recoupable.
Right, exactly. Right. I mean, I remember talking to Sydney Cerroti from Echo Smith, and she wrote that song called Cool Kids, which was a billion downloads.
Oh, yeah.
And ended up making 2% because of a Sony deal. And you go look back, and that was just the record business back then. There, it was almost like, making a deal with the devil, right? And so I got to believe the altruistic side of the way small labels are working right now, because music's more democratic now. I mean, look at how many people can be out there. I mean, you don't have to have a record deal. You have music that people can hear, thanks to Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora.
Yeah,
iHeart.
streaming platforms, right? And so it's like the wild west of how to release music. Now,
Right.
on the other side of that, you get so much music sent on to you every Friday, right? And so
the
now
traffic-
we're
Why is it
exposed.
Friday?
Because labels and the whole industry loves to put
Release
they pick a day. Like before it was like a Tuesday.
Okay.
Now it's a Friday, right? And so there's all these rhythms, algorithms and whatnot that they vibe with.
Release radar
Yeah,
on
it's-
Spotify.
That's what it is, right? But now, more than ever, now it's almost kind of like a tidal wave every Friday of music. Where back in the day, there was a little harder to be able to like step through all those
that's the thing. So I remember going to where did I go yesterday? I went down here, and you may be watching us in New York City or listening to us overseas, but I went to a place in San Diego called Sports Arena area. That's where the Sports Arena is.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we've played
Tower
there with
Records.
Pennywise.
Tower Records.
So that's exactly right, Mike. What was across the street?
Tower Records.
I'm sure you did a signing or two over Tower Records across the street from these.
You also went to Tower to buy your concert ticket.
Yes, it is now a batting cage.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it
I'm thinking,
is?
the way we used to consume music is we'd go to the record stores, and there would be a finite amount of records as opposed to the traffic you're talking about. So when you're nurturing a small band that's trying to break it, and I can tell you because of ours that we're as close as we've ever been, and, based upon signing a record deal and signing a bunch of other things. But it took us 15 years to get here, just like every other band. That hasn't changed. What has changed is we're not in a record store sticking out. We're still trying to swim through hundreds of thousands of songs every. How do you get your guys to when you guys develop a band? Do you just tell them not to look at that, just keep doing the music, or how do you break through it?
You know, like honestly, like the one thing that hurts bands is delay. I would say don't delay. Delay brings decay. No matter what you can do, move. Doesn't matter if it's like strategic, just keep moving. And then that movement will open up something else that you may not have seen.
Yeah.
And then you're already kind of positioned there.
And is that like writing songs, playing gigs, all the things?
All of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when people are bringing you your music on Friday, are they dropping off their cassette, or is it a? I mean, is it?
No, it's being served up to us.
I was going to say,
Yeah. It's like-
okay, but how
it's-
do I get an email or an MP3 in front of you when it's just it gets lost in the jungle?
Well, now you can just like hit me up on like DMs, you know? There's
Okay.
like
Isn't that true?
million
Yeah.
million DMs
How many do you
going
get?
on.
Remember
Do you read
back in
them?
the day, you never knew what the singer even sounded like when he talked because there was no access to him. Now I know
Right.
what Dave Grohl's living room looks like because because of internet and social media.
I was thinking about when I was a young girl and I had the posters on the wall, Michael Jackson, Duran Duran, all
I
the
still
things.
have posters on
And
the
my
wall.
kids don't really, do you? My kids don't really.
Farrah
I'd like to
Fawcett.
know, does anyone have like bands on their wall? You do? Okay.
There we are.
Who's on your wall? Yeah, Pepper!
There we go.
Yes!
Make sure we get a picture for you.
Awesome. That's it.
Leo, I have
I
a
didn't
question.
set that up, I swear.
Tell it for all of us that I know just because I'm fortunate enough to be in that sort of part of the business. But for anybody who doesn't know, what does a typical day look like on tour? You got a 2.5 hour show, but there's 24 hours a day. What does that day look like for people that aren't in the business?
Okay. Yeah, all right. So here's the funny part, right? So you have your different levels of what that is. So back in the band days, let's just do this. Back in the band days, you're driving yourselves 400, 450 miles to get to the venue, right? You are looking so haggard and beat up.
Oh my God!
From the night before, right? And
Yeah.
you've slept this amount because you're in a van, it's shaking, and you got a trailer that's moving as well. And you just look so bad. You get there, splash water on your face, and you show up and you do it, and you do it, and then you just repeat that.
So you're basically for baby bands, it's driving.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
and trying to sleep.
And again, remember that saying, like you just gotta like sometimes it doesn't matter if you know where you're moving, just move.
Yeah. Right.
If you can just move and keep that motion, then it brings you into another place. So now, luckily we've worked through the years, so now I wake up on the bus and it's just like, okay, walk out. My crew is already setting everything up through the day. I'll usually, so I'm old school, you guys, so I have a planner. And I write, actually.
You do?
I do. I have a planner. And if I don't write it, if my thought doesn't go from ink to page.
That mnemonic device that makes it sears in your mind.
I have to have that in order for me to actually understand what I need to do and accomplish.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing too, is being able to write out what I need to do. And this usually takes like an hour out of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm journaling, I'm writing because, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is how long I want to get it accomplished. And this is what I can do while I'm out here now.
Because I could see a certain personality type, like honestly a procrastinator or whatever, just blowing their day away with nothing to do, waiting for a sound check or waiting for dinner or a show, right? I mean, you've got to.
Yeah, there's no way that's here.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'd have to have one of those things where, I'd have stuff planned. Like when you go on vacation and you have the person plan your hike up the Kaleo Trail.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Or you had a surf lesson over here, or you're going to go,
Yep.
go
You do that?
parasailing here. I mean, when you go to different cities, you have to keep yourself busy, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely. And also, too, like slowing down and getting just to walk is fantastic.
Yeah.
When I get home, actually, I always just pack a bag, take a walk, and slow everything down and look at all the things that like actually have come up. Like, oh, there's a new building I didn't like pay attention to, or there's a new restaurant over there that I didn't see. I do that in every town, walking in every town and just slowing it down.
What is it, talk to me about fandom. Talk to me about walking in a New York airport and having somebody come up and want to take your picture, say hello to you. Is that
wonderful? It's just it's meeting friends, right? And so also too, what's been really nice with like social media, which wasn't so much back in the day, is that people have access to you. So it's not necessarily kind of like this too much energy. They're just kind of like seeing you as a real life post in that sense. So they actually can like feel comfortable like, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm a huge fan. We've been here, and
because they think they know you more versus just lyrics on a liner, right?
Exactly. And so like with that kind of energy coming at you, it's all the difference. Yeah. And also too, just we have like the sweetest, like we call our fan base the Ohana. The family is really, really beautiful. And it's because we've done this from like ground zero. Playing like China Beach in front of 2 people. To playing just the last show was like Bay Fest where it was like 15,000 people. Right. So, and this goes on, but also too, taking it step by step all through the decades. By the way, I mean, we started in '97. All right. So,
overnight success over 30 years.
You know, like,
Right.
Yeah, and like the highs and the lows and the dancing in between.
When did you know you felt like you made it? You're like, okay.
I'll let you know when I get there.
Cool. Yeah.
Great mindset.
I'll let you know when I get there.
So real quickly, can we talk a little bit about some of your other ventures?
Please.
Because you're not just when you travel half the time, it's not because of touring, it's something else that you. I want you to share. It's really cool passion that you have. I'll let you introduce
Awesome.
it.
Okay, so my wife and I, in 2016, started a health and wellness business called Rebel and Muse. Now, she is, she is certified in so much yogic knowledge. And then I took her teacher training in 2014, I believe. So where we are now with Rebel and Muse is we get to like take these like health and wellness practices to festivals like Cali Vibes or Cali Roots or Reggae Rise Up. And then also we started working with resorts like the Four Seasons. So what we'll do is like we'll go out to a Four Seasons, like example, in December we'll be in Costa Rica for the month teaching the health and wellness programming there on property.
So you don't so they can and they get access to you and your wife and their knowledge and such like that.
And then we have our offerings that they can just tap into, and whatever they resonate with, they can attend.
Can we do another? We need another show with you with some of your artists.
Yeah.
We need to.
Well, now that I'm back, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's time.
I've been home for 1 week.
Well, yeah. When is? And I'm already hammering to try to get shows from the first day it comes back.
Oh, yeah.
How many? So what's next? When do you go back on tour? Any new releases and stuff?
What's the date today? It's the 4th. So in about 5 days, I will leave to the East Coast, do a string of those unplugged acoustic shows, and then I come back Thanksgiving for 1 day, and then I will fly to Costa Rica. I get there on the 29th. I'm in Costa Rica teaching with Rebel and Muse until January 3rd, which then I will fly to Cancun.
Do you know why he knows this? Because he writes it down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Burns it on the psyche.
Yep. And then I will fly from Costa Rica to Cancun to meet up with my boys from Slightly Stupid, really good friends. They have a festival over there called Closer to the Sun. I will play that. And then from Cancun, I will fly over to Kona to do the back home sessions for the year 4. And I have Miles from Stupid joining me, which is another just MTV Unplugged kind of show. And then from there, February, I'll be leaving to Jam Cruise because my wife
This is just a February. I thought he was already like in July. This is only till February.
27.
Yeah.
Will you keep in touch with us on the way?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
tune in?
Well, before we go on too, I can't wait to, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How is your music?
Our music's good.
I know.
I'm feeling
That's
it.
so
Are you
good.
having a blast?
We're having
He's
a
in such a good mood. Look
Well,
at him.
no,
He's so
because
happy.
That's my favorite thing. Like I get to ask you, how's your music? Are you having a blast with it? And isn't it
Listen,
beautiful?
we're having a blast. I got to write a song with Dickie Barrett from Mighty Mighty Bosstones and John Feldman of Goldfinger, and then of course Avril Lavigne fame and 34.5 million records that he signed. I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing in the room? Of course, Rick DeVoe, our manager, who founded Blink-182, who found me in a bar somewhere, took a chance on a guy who is staring down the barrel of 65 years old, which is a whole other story. So
I'm so proud of you.
I'm having a blast.
I'm so
Thanks, brother.
stoked, man. Congratulations. Yeah,